As you start learning about the cloud, you'll hear terms such as cloud native or cloud first. And in general, these refer to a very web like approach, small pieces loosely joined. That is, technologies that address one problem and don't try to solve everything or give you an entire platform. So, for example, OpenStack tries to overlay the data center and provide for you an abstraction that you have to buy into wholly. When it comes to containers, this is solving one problem: how to package your application and all of its dependencies in a way that can be recreated. It doesn't matter what fabric you're running on top of. And so when it comes to cloud native, a great place to learn about these technologies and its community is to navigate to the Cloud Native Computing Foundation, as you can see there on the address. And next, I have here a set of slides that try to capture some of the groupings of technologies that exist at Cloud Native Computing Foundation. Here in the verticals, you have observability, looking at monitoring, logging, tracing, everything that you want to instrument applications, as well as the serverless technologies that are fast oncoming and that really are addressing a number of different needs. When you look at the horizontals here, there are a set of technologies for runtimes that look at cloud native storage, runtime, and so on. You also have orchestration and management looking at containers, their orchestration, and a set of other stacks that you might find useful. You have the same thing for application definition and development, as well as provisioning. Now, if you navigate to the side, you will also see a roadmap. Many organizations have reached level 4, which is they have gone through containerization, continuous integration and continuous deployment, orchestration, and observability. As you go further down that list, there's less organizations that are there, and the software offerings as well are not as well vetted because there's less people using them as opposed to those first layers. Those have been tried, have been put through its paces, and they've been widely used for many years. The last slide here shows some of the ecosystems and the groupings of these technologies by many, many vendors. And so now I'll switch over to the site itself, and you can see here it's cncf.io. You can see here some of its mantra that it's creating a set of technologies that are open to the world, and it is part of the Linux Foundation. If we were to navigate to see some of its overview and some of its sponsors, you can see here that on that bottom layer of that slide are the platinum members, and that includes most of the companies that you'd want to see in this type of effort. So AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Compute are all supporting many of these initiatives. Also, if you navigate to the landscape map, you can see an interactive map that will let you see by category many of the vendors that are creating solutions for these spaces. So this is a great place to go and learn, to navigate through the different vendors, to inform yourself about the type of projects that are being worked on. And there's also a place here within the projects that you can see the graduated projects, which are the more mature projects. And then you can also look at the projects being incubated, which is a much bigger number. So this is a great resource for you to learn. It's also a great resource for those 4 layers of functionality that I mentioned in the cloud map. I'll go back to my slides on that. And you can learn a great deal more. There's also great talks by many of the groups in industry that have had success with these technologies, and also some of the difficulty and challenges that are encountered as you go through this process. So go ahead and navigate. It's a great resource to use.